was the price of your crown?
Die! I want you to die.
Soon enough I'll be dead. And you'll be king.
I don't want anything from you. You're not a man. You're not my father.
You are my son, and you have always known my mind.
You deceived me.
You let yourself be deceived. But in your heart, you always knew what had to happen here. At last, you know what it means to hate. Now you're ready to be a king.
My hate will die with you.
Just like a G, you know? Drum truck was qualified. Before they do it. I wake up and go get me some new money. You know I'm living like a G. These little niggas ain't gonna take nothing from me. You know we do it like a G. That's why they got I fuck on anyone. Just like a gangster, just like a G.
What was that? Cut my mic on. I'm back. Welcome to the Chit podcast. I'm your host, G Chili. Coming to talk to you about things that's on my mind. Things I keep seeing these people out here doing. Shit, stop. I'm trying to do this better with this curse. Things that don't make sense. What was that picture that was there? Who put that there? I think I'm tapped. No, I don't think I'm tapped. Chauncey Billups got booked. Wish the brother well. It seems like in America, you can go get investigated or go to jail for everything except catching a plane to the island. The island where lifts don't exist. It's the only thing you won't get investigated for. You might go out there and do something invested, but you ain't going to get investigated. Oh, my goodness. Can't even play poker no more with friends. The FBI is on your ass. They're watching poker games now. Ah, damn, bro. Talking about they rob people out of their money. Most people who play poker lose their money. What you talking about? Everybody just out there with it, bro. Like, that's the point of the game, bro. You gonna lose your money. You might do them a favor by stealing. I don't know. I don't know. They said the mafia was doing it allegedly, and somehow the good brothers got caught up with it. Do I believe it? I don't believe it. No. The only thing I believe is 3i Atlas. I'll get on that again. I keep saying I'm gonna do a 3i Atlas show, but every time I'm about to do it, I hold off, and then every time I hold off, some more stuff comes in, and I'm just letting it build up. I'll talk about 3i Atlas just for a small segment at the end of it. I'm gonna touch on a couple things I wanted to talk about first, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, the good stuff, the interesting stuff. Who doesn't like to watch the stars and wonder what's happening way up far? It can't just be me. All right, let's do it. Hope everybody's having a good. Hope everybody's out there doing well. Good day, good week. On your feet, dodging ice, in and out these streets. You know what I mean? Let me start it. Let me start with this. Let's start with this. Tourists going wild. I saw this. I saw a couple of things about people on vacation. And people who know me know I don't believe in sex tourism. I'm miss me with the sex tourism. I'm not going to travel nowhere just to like take advantage of low price prostitutes or depressed people. Like if I go anywhere I go, I like to get everything from the mud. I like to get it the way I always get it. I will go outside and get it. Like I don't want to do it. I don't want to go over here just because like I can get something for $2. Like nah, that ain't my style. Like, the same ego I got over here, I got wherever I go. That's just me. I don't know. You do what you do. You do what you do. You do what you do. You be you. I'll be me. What did Cameron saying that? What did Cameron saying that? You do what you do where you live. I do what I do where I live. That's what makes you you, and that's what makes me me. I bet. But check this out though. This is tourists going wild. Tourists going wild. This is a crazy video. I bought a new mouse and I can't figure out how to get this. Hold on for 1 second. All right, technical difficulty fixed. I bought one of those new ergonomical mice. Don't slide. I'm trying to figure this out. I used to slide, and I ain't really used to this rule and shit. But I bet. Let me play this video though. This is something. This is absolutely something. Let me move this mic over here and make sure I'm getting picked up the right way. I don't know. I'd hate to have to finish recording and be like, gotta do it again. In my Bill O'Reilly voice. F it, we'll do it live. I bet. Where's this at? Oh yeah, check this out. This is insane.
Absolute chaos last night here in Da Nang, Vietnam. A Westerner who ran out of money and overstayed his visa decided it was a good idea to rob a gold shop so he can continue his travels. This looks bad on all us foreigners. It's a terrible image. This guy attacked the security guard with a hammer, hitting him multiple times in the back of the head. There's been an uptick of travelers coming to Vietnam with barely any money and then sitting on the side of the roads, begging locals for their hard-earned money so that they can continue their travels. This just isn't right. If you don't have the money, don't travel. Simple as that. Stay home and work.
The audacity of leaving America to go to another country to panhandle. You should get locked up just for that. Like they should just if you go to a country with your American visa and you sit down on the sidewalk to take somebody's dinero, so that video we gotta call that Hammer Time in Hanoi, right? Yo, my man said, listen, he left. So wait, before we get to we're gonna call this Hammer Time in Hanoi. Let's tell you who Hammer Time in Hanoi is. HTH, I'm gonna call him. So he's from California. He stole $32,000 worth of jewelry by smashing those display cases in that store. What happened was basically, Dell James from California. He went to Vietnam in June 2025, and he rented like an Airbnb, like a place to stay. Then he rented a motorcycle to get around in. And then a month after he got there, well, 2 months, because he got there in June, he did this like the end of August, early September, August 26th, actually. So 2 months, he was there for about almost a good 3 months. Ran out of money. He didn't want to go home. So my man took the license plate off of his bike and started doing smash and grabs like they be doing in Cali. If I had to drop a bomb on him button, I'd be pushing it right now. Like, yo. My man went on vacation and now he looking at a 10 to 20. He didn't even go over there and get no Panico. Dell James left from Cali and went to work with a hammer. Hammer Time in Hanoi is about to get that work out there. Tourists going wild is always a thing. But this one right here is crazy. He had a good 14-hour run. It was a 14-hour manhunt over there. Like, so the thing that I don't get, like I know people who have moved out of the country to go live in other places. I know people who went to move to Vietnam. I know people who went to move to Thailand. I know people who went to move to different parts of Asia. I know of people who moved to West Africa, but I don't know them. I don't think I know anybody specifically. But normally, when people move to a country, they behave better than citizens do. But of course, you know, colonizers going to do what a colonizer's going to do. You feel me? Oh my God. Dell James went over there and said it's hammer time in Hanoi. That is wild. You know what else who was looking for some hammer time? So I saw this one, right? So I was like, I don't know. This is probably a sign of good things to come. This right here. This is probably a sign of good things to come. They're saying that there's like a drought on tourists where the red light districts are. I think that might be a sign of good things to come because I think people finally probably get a little bit of decent respect for their mouthpiece. Going on vacation. Maybe he was going to get this money because he was planning on getting all of the bros for himself. I don't know. Now you think about it, because look.
Yeah. Wow.
They got to go home early tonight. The Johns ain't calling. The Johns are not calling. Dale James is about to go get that money for them now. He's about to be handing out necklaces, bracelets, anklets. Like, listen, let me get up in there. Yeah, he getting up in somewhere real quick. Hotel Bangkok, I think they call it. What's that? Is that the prison? I think they got a prison out there called Hotel Bangkok. You get it. It's a Hotel Bangkok, though. Oh, wait, no, Bangkok is Thailand. Huh? No. Bangkok is Thailand. You get a Hotel Bangkok, though. You get a real quick. Anyway, this is funny. I'm about to pause this. Anyway, all right. Let me get to the next thing I wanted to talk about. I saw a couple stories that was really like I think I saw a couple serious things last time I was talking on this, but this I saw something that was pretty funny. I thought let me just do a quick podcast. But all right, so that's enough about hammer time in Hanoi. I'm gonna keep up with. I want to. He stole some. Basically, if you still over 500 million, $800 million in Vietnam currency is about $32,000 in American currency. That's why you should get locked up if you go over there and you try to panhandle. Like, bro, your pennies are valuable, and you coming over here with this shit, bro. I'll bust your head, boy. Get out of here. Get out of here. But anyway, so since he's exceeded the threshold, which would get him into that category of looking at 20 years in prison. So, he not gonna be a tourist when he get out. He gonna be a natural born criminal. Let me take this button down. I want to get back into the habit of using banners, I mean. What the other thing I saw, right, was I saw a Trump supporter talking to a radio host or another podcast. And shout out to the podcaster. If this is a podcast and I'm using this clip, I don't know exactly. The name might be on it, but I'm not an observant. I don't pay attention to that type of stuff. I listen more than I watch. I do see this. I do see stuff, but I listen. But anyway, let me go ahead and just play this. We're gonna call this. I'm gonna go back to my old banner, the original banner. Trump around and find out. So this is called Trump around and find out.
But I don't regret voting for him. But there is one thing that I do regret. I regret that white conservatives don't understand that there is also other people of different races, different nationalities that voted for Trump, and the racism and the bigotry I see from white conservatives, it's appalling. I ain't gonna lie. That's
But
the only thing.
but wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. You are disturbed by white conservatives, yet you're doing the same thing that they're doing with your vote. So what makes you any different?
You're right, Clay. Nothing makes me different. Maybe it took me voting for Trump to actually see that white people don't care who you vote for. If you're not one of them, or if you're not one of them, period, they gonna hate you no matter what. Not all white people. I don't want to say that. Because
Not all, of course not. But did you think you were one of them? Did you think you were one of the special ones because you, as a black man in Texas, you supported Trump? Did you think that?
No, I didn't think that at all. But I just was thinking in 2025, it's like, I mean, we're in 2025. We're not in the late 1800s, but something.
But why, brother? With all due respect, why were you so surprised? I mean, during the campaign, Donald Trump said that black people can relate to him more. I'm paraphrasing here, because he has a mugshot. I mean, during the campaign, he accused Haitian immigrants of eating cats and dogs. With all due respect, Jasper, how could you be so delusional?
I don't know, Clay. Hey, I was delusional, but I'm not apologetic for my vote for Trump. Not at all. I still support.
You're delusional, but not apologetic. That said, you realize you're delusional, but you are unapologetic for your vote. If you could go back in time, which you can't, would you vote for Kamala Harris, or you still wouldn't?
No, I would have never voted for Kamala Harris. Never.
Why? Because she's a woman?
Not even. No, Clay, it isn't that she's a woman. No, I'm not going to say that, Clay.
You realize you were delusional, and you're seeing all the racism. So if you could go back in time.
Yeah, so I was the one thing that I always got annoyed at is the persistent stubbornness that less informed people always tend to have, right? And so what I mean by that is, I was in DC. I was in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021, right? January 6th, when the riots happened. I was in DC. I was in there on a business from a business purpose, and I was in one of the offices in DC. And I'm there, I'm one of those. I'm coming in 5 a.m. If I'm going into a building, I'm gonna get there 5:30, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm like that, and I'm gonna be there until I'm ready to leave. Sometimes I leave out, sometimes I don't during the day. I got a call from like the building person, like, "Yo, you gotta get out of here." I was like, "What happened? You not watching the news? On the internet?" Like, oh. Oh, so I was like, I pack up and get out of here. And it was a zoo. It was a zoo watching, like, I'm coming out when the chaos is happening. Starting. I mean, and then it took me hours to get out the city. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It took a total of about 4 hours to get home. Normally it's like a 20-minute, 30-minute drive. Right. And when I got home that night, after seeing everything that I saw in that city, I told everyone I spoke to, if they don't lock this man up by March, he'll be president again. And everyone I spoke to a person, told me I was wrong. On Thanksgiving of that year, I had an argument over Thanksgiving dinner because I said he's going to win if they don't hurry and lock him up. Like, I'll be charged him and indict him with stuff like past lawsuits, civil lawsuits. And like, if y'all don't lock him up for what happened in January, it's gonna be bad. Less informed people are the hardest people to tell anything. Good God. This brother just said on that video, he's surprised that white people were still being racist to him, even though he voted for Trump. I have a neighbor. He's a decent guy, or I mean, everything I thought, introduced himself when I moved in. I think he's probably of, Mexican descent. As soon as Trump won, he put his Trump flags out. He's proud. He took his Trump flags back in. The point is, what made you think this? And I would have these conversations with people like, what makes you think that you're right in the logical issue, the logical points that are being made is wrong? Like, none of the stuff that this guy said was logic based. Everything was, he made inferences on what he thought other people would feel because of what he would potentially feel if someone did that and he was in their shoes. But he has never been in a position of power and dominance. So he doesn't understand the playing field that they're operating from. And he mentally can't take himself from where he is and put himself into that space to understand how that space operates. And if you can't take yourself out of your shoes and mentally put yourself in someone else's shoes, you should never try to outplay someone who's ahead of you. Because then you only win by luck. In that situation, you only win by luck. You can't win by strategy. So one of the things that I used to always say to people why I love chess is because as I'm playing chess, there becomes a moment when I can see in the opponent's head. Like, I could be in front of the person playing. I could be on the computer playing. Now I'm slowing down right now because I stopped playing for a while. And now I'll be playing and I be getting my head kicked in right now because like it's just not, my brain ain't turning like it used to be. It could be that I'm just old, you know what I mean? I'm old now. My brain used to be spinning. But it used to be like when I'm playing, it'll be a moment after a few moves, and it's like I could just read your mind. So now I'm always ahead of you, always ahead of you. You can never corner me. You can never cut me off. So what happened to him and to the people like him, and there's a lot of them, they're able to be cornered and corralled. If you could be cornered, you could be corralled. You could be corralled, you could be funneled. I can send you this way, I can send you that way. You gotta be like G Chili. You can't send me nowhere. I'm gonna be where I'm gonna be. And that's it. You get it? I hope you get it. If you don't get it, send me a note. Say, hey, I'd like to learn. Teach me, a wise one. Anyway, I'm fucking around a little bit, but I'm serious too. All right. See, The way you gotta respond to stuff, I'm gonna leave Trump around and find out, even though this ain't Trump around and found out. The way you gotta respond to stuff, like I salute to the person who was doing the interview. Very respectful, very engaging conversation. I'm gonna actually look into find that clip so I can see what that show is because I might, depending on what he's talking about, I might rock with the show. If he's doing real, open-minded conversation, like talking straight, like that, I'd rock with it. It's, I'll see. I'm gonna check that out. But this is another clip I saw that I really appreciated. It took me back because I think I saw this one a long time ago, but I forgot. But this is before I play this clip, I'm going to say this to everyone, and if you hear this, send it to your friends. Just you don't got to send the whole thing. Send this one section. Send this one section. I'm sick and tired of people in media spaces pontificating and coming up with not what aboutism, but what isms that Trump might be doing, like as if he's playing on a multi-level tier chessboard game and he's just ahead of the race on everyone, right? Like sometimes it is exactly what it is. Like everyone keeps talking about everything that's happening around Trump on all of these different issues that you see. I'm not going to talk about any of the issues tonight, but I keep hearing people saying, well, what probably is happening is Trump wanted to do this, but then he's getting all of these people in his ear and he's telling him he can't do that. So then instead of him doing what he wants to do, he's just going to do nothing. Like sometimes it is exactly what it is. Sometimes it is exactly what it is. And what people don't want to accept that right now, because America cannot control the ball game, because it can't control the basketball, we're just basically going for total disruption, confusion, and chaos. That's the space we want the world to be in, the cloud of confusion, until we find some type of an advantage. It's simple. It's simple. If we had an advantage over China, we will be making clear decisions against China. If we had a clear advantage over Russia, we will be making clear decisions against Russia. The reason we're so helter-skelter is because we can't make any decisions and we can't make any fake negotiations. When America negotiates, we only negotiate from a position of strength. And we do that because once we negotiate, we're not going to live up to the negotiation. So fundamentally, America is agreement incapable. America cannot make an agreement because America won't live up to an agreement. It'll only live up to an agreement that overwhelmingly benefits America. You can say that's right. You can say that's wrong. You can say whatever it is. That's the reality. How do you know? That's how we've operated since they first got off the ships. Signed hundreds, thousands of agreements with the native people. There are no native people. There are none. It's a few. It's very little. They made promises and promises and promises to Black people. Which one? Every promise that was even halfway given was rescinded or chipped away at or broken or diluted. America is agreement incapable. I don't understand why other countries even negotiate with us. If I was the president of another country, I'd be like, I'm good, bro. Nah, I ain't got do what you want to do. I'm good. I'm good on you. I'm good. Agreement incapable. But if we're not in a position of strength, we won't even play around and fuck around and talk about it. We'll talk to you. We sign nothing. Because the moment we sign it, we're going to start violating it. Before we walk out the room. We don't even wait till we get home to talk to our wife. We walk it out the room like, all right, man, that's how we get down. That's how we've gotten down. That's how we got to where we are. So everybody keeps acting confused as if Trump is somehow just caught in a bad spot. Trump isn't. He's in the spot he wants to be in. He is selected and chosen to play this wild card position right now. We, the people with the power to funnel this shit, they want him to do exactly what he's doing. I'm sick and tired of hearing people acting like somehow he's like a captured soldier, secretly on the good side. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, guys. Like, knock it off. We had all this time. Like, we release the like people say, release it. Like the only thing you don't get locked up in his America is going here. Release the list. You know what I'm saying? I bet. But yeah, so like, well, I saw this video. Let me just play this. I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna just let him say what he's gonna say, and then I'm gonna just go to my next point I want to talk about.
Are you a socialist?
I'm not sure what a socialist is,
Well,
but I
just
believe
about
that. But I believe that the government has a responsibility to care for the people. I'm not talking about dole. I'm talking about making people self-reliant, people able to take care of themselves. There are countries which are perfectly able to do that. The United States is an extremely rich country. It's perfectly able to do that. It chooses not to. It chooses to have homeless people. We are 19th in the world in infant mortality. 18 other countries save the lives of their babies better than we. How come? They just spend more money on it. They care about their babies more than we care about ours. I think it's a disgrace. And this country has vast wealth. You just look at what something like Star Wars. The money spent on Star Wars, already spent $20 billion on it. If these guys are permitted to go ahead, they will spend $1 trillion on Star Wars. Think of what that money could be used for to educate, to help, to bring people up to a sense of self-confidence, to improve not just the happiness of people in America, but their economic standing, to improve the competitiveness of the United States compared to other countries. We are using money for the wrong stuff.
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her needs, her desires, that there's a spot right here in the throat chakra. This is where the throat chakra sits. When you deep throat, that gets activated. So, we have nadis and energy centers all over the body, and one of them's here. When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her needs, her desires, that there's When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that
Oh shoot, I wasn't. I don't think I was recording. Let me record this again. Shoot.
when a woman actually can
All right, so this next segment, I'm gonna call it Hertality. K-Town's not here. I'll probably have K-Town come on the show one day and chop it up with us. But K-Town's not. I'm gonna use that Hertality for this queen right here. I'm gonna find out who the sister is. I have to tune in, as they say.
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her needs, her desires, that there's a spot right here in the throat chakra. This is where the throat chakra sits. When you deep throat, that gets activated. So, we have nadis and energy centers all over the body, and one of them's here.
She said She said throat chakra. I need a T-shirt that says I'm a therapist. I like how the dude in the beginning was like, "Wow."
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release.
My man said, "Wow." He said, "Wow," like he was saying it for the trauma. He knew that "wow" was for the deep throat part. Like, wow. He did a delayed "wow." Salute to him. Salute to him. Salute to that queen. Y'all should all go listen. All you ladies should listen to her. Let's fix this trauma out here in the community. And she just told you how to do it. How? Let's find out.
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her
Mental health matters. I'm going to say that with all seriousness. This is not a joke. So, all right. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I think I might have had some audio difficulty. I keep pushing this little button over here and muting myself. If I muted myself for any of these segments, I'm gonna be pissed because I was, I ain't gonna say it again. That's I know that. But anyway, what I need to say. Oh yeah, if you see this, follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Fuck Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Fuck Twitter. He might be wild. He be funny sometimes. He be wilding most of the time. So I'm on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter like that. But follow me on Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey, it's a good show. It's a good time. Some good info. Oh, I can't even leave yet. I said I'm gonna talk 3i Atlas. Let me do this. All right, let's do it. Let's talk 3i Atlas real quick. Let's talk 3i Atlas. I ain't gonna say pieces. I ain't gonna say deuces when I finish. Though. I'm gonna just hang up the phone. All right. So what's happening with 3i Atlas? I take 3i Atlas serious. So what's happening? 3i Atlas. People say it's behind the sun right now. It's on the other side of the sun. It's not literally hugging behind the sun. It's just you can't see it because of the sun's glare. It's on the opposite side of the sun, that's for sure. We aren't getting clear information from governmental agencies. We're getting information from astronomers, people who have astronomy equipment and who are tracking the satellite. Some people are tracking it using government released coordinates for the unknown object, which is assumed right now to be a comet or a comet, yeah. And so one of the astronomers released a image the other day, which was showing it had some information about that. It was information in the image that had people online talking. So not to create a stir, but it was making people lean more to non-natural occurring versus natural occurring. The governmental agency poo-pooed it all. Poo-pooed the hype, basically. It's like, it's nothing happening. It's just, but then at the same time, there was a worldwide warning issued where they wanted to basically pull in all of the world's observatories to watch this object the moment it gets from behind the sun's glare, which is going to be in about 5 weeks. So right now, the issue is because it's, if the planets are all traveling around the sun, if the object is my finger and the earth is my hand and the sun is my head, the glare from my head can make the hand not see the finger. But then it becomes a point where that finger gets past my head because it's leaving. And then you can see from the hand to the head because now they're both like that. And so what the issue is going to be is once it comes from behind the glare, it's going to be about 170 million miles from Earth, which is a long distance away, right? But Mars is like 240 miles from Earth. And we have cars driving on Mars right now. We got satellites on Mars. China has cars driving on Mars, picking up rock samples and stuff like that, robots and stuff. We're thinking about terraforming Mars. So then you say, if you're 130 miles, if this is natural, it would keep going and no harm, no foul. You're 170 million miles away from me. You moving, you're gonna keep going. No problem. No big deal. As Young Thug would say, whoop-de-doo. But what if it isn't? That's the question. What if it isn't? Because if it isn't, it's a different ballgame. And people say, well, it's still 170 million miles. It's 170 million miles, but it's traveling at 130,000 miles per hour. What does that mean? You do the math. You take 170 million, divide by 130,000, then divide that by hours, and you'll get the amount of days. It should come out to be about 55 days. Is what it would take for that thing to get from where it's at, where it's going to be, to Earth, if it is what we don't think it is. To me, I'm of the perspective that with something like this, you have to start on the high end of assumptions versus the low end of assumptions. What does that mean? Everyone is assuming that it's just a rock. And that's okay, because that's normal, right? That's normal. I don't think you should be normal at a time like that with something that has so many anomalies about it. And I'm not going to go into all of the anomalies that this entity has exhibited since we first started watching it in June. That's why I was going to do a show on it, but I'm not an alarmist. I posted a clip on my Instagram about it coming from the same constellation as the WOW signal. And then you can say, what's the WOW signal? And that WOW signal was something that happened back in 1977. Sounds like, and the WOW signal is very far away. You know, got to do the calculation of how far that is, how far long it would take something traveling at the speed that this thing is traveling at to get. It's a lot of stuff going on, right? But I was like, I think that you got to start at a higher end of the spectrum. You don't have to start at alarmist, but you have to start at like the what if. Like what if? And I think what if is you're going to be at what if between 40% and 60% of being on the other side of the fence. Of, oh wait, what if this is something different? Because like what if before Christopher Columbus' boat landed, what if the Taínos would have taken maritime threats more seriously? The whole world would be different. If Christopher Columbus would have never first been able to get a foothold with the Taínos on Dominica, Hispaniola, whatever you want to call it, there may not be no Western empires, the way we know them at least. But because you may not have let your mind imagine a reality. Or as I hear people say to me when I talk to them about this type of stuff, and they say some people's minds won't enable them to accept that some people don't have the same level of humanity as them or the same level of belief as them. I say, that's true, that's fine. But if you don't let your mind know that, then you're going to get ice picked. And when you're laying on the floor bleeding, you're going to realize where the ice picker's humanity lies. And it ain't where yours was. So you ice picked. So if you don't want to be ice picked, you got to know how to take yourself out of where you are and say, okay, I am what I am. And I also understand what you could possibly be. And you got to be ready to, as 50 Cent say, be ready to bust their head, boy. You know I will. I whoop your head, boy. The back of the still. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, it's just me. You do what you do where you live. I'll do what I do where I live. I love you. I'm out of here.
Real niggas stand up, we handle business. Keep it real to up to tell you on the realest. Little bit mad, man, key, tight shit. 12 outside my house, cause I'm rich. Nigga been getting sprayed, they know how we playin'. Got out Halloween, but I'm no demon, baby. Niggas rats, I'm a bad father cause I raised them. Cause I made them. Yeah. I real love in my face. Peace and blessings on my face. Let my love spread, this ain't no phase. Blaming Jesus off of my face. My real brothers contribute to my pain. I'm putting racks up every single day. I've been coping, spending every day. I've been decent, living out of space. I came from nothing, now we made it to the top. New Rose rest with icing on the rocks, yeah. You a boss, just flex, you can do it. The next time I see you, we can do it. You say that you love me, then prove it. Yeah, the road respect you gotta charge. Keep it presidential, just like your wives. I can see you love me when I look into your eyes. You popping out with me on a Thursday. Bought you a house, it ain't in your birthday. I'm trying to do your pussy the worst way. Come on, baby. She said she hear a nigga crying. How the fuck you hear tears? I went on told I was lying. I been pushing this shit for years.